What's up, Crows? Scarecrow here with Abstract Gaming, bringing you another Halo-related video today, guys. In this one, we're going to be looking at one of the newest videos released on the official Halo channel. It was around, I think, Thursday or Friday, 343, released on the YouTube channel. And guys, I'm actually very surprised no one else is talking about this video. But before we get into it, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button if you're new, and also comment down below what did you think about this video if you've watched it, and if not, go watch it and come back and let us know your thoughts on it. So guys, let's get right into the video. Alright guys, so one of the reasons I wanted to make a video discussing this video that they released is because I believe we actually get to see a little bit of Halo Infinite gameplay. I have really looked into it, kind of compared to Halo 5 and to other FPS games to make sure that this wasn't a game that was already released. But it actually, guys, it looks like it may be Halo Infinite. It threw me off at first because they do play it on the Xbox One, and for a moment I forgot that Halo Infinite will be on the Xbox One as well, and it looks like that might be what they're testing this version out on. So let's go ahead and hop into the video now, and we'll kind of break down each thing we see as we go. Okay guys, so the first point I wanted to make is here at the 24-second mark. As you can see, this motion cap actor, he examines another actor standing completely still, kind of walks around him and touches his shoulder. You may recognize this from the Discover Hope Halo Infinite trailer where when we first meet Brohammer. So guys, this is the motion capture for Brohammer happening right here, and I've tried to look in to see who this actor is. I can't find exactly who it is. Most likely he will not be the voice actor, because we see at Halo 5 the person who played Lot's motion cap was the person who played his voice, and also Cortana has been played by two actors before as well, one being the motion cap who we see actually in the game, and the voice being a totally different person. So there's a chance that this is not the voice of Brohammer, but this is definitely the face of Brohammer. It's pretty cool to see that actually as a real person, as what we saw in the trailer.
Halo was the first game I ever played on Xbox, but the thing that will just always stick with me, and I believe this at my core, is that Xbox wouldn't exist today if it wasn't for the Halo franchise.
And here, I don't know if you heard, at the 50-second mark, Phil Spencer said the first game he ever played on Xbox was Halo, which is pretty cool to hear. Like, that's probably one of my first games on Xbox as well. It's definitely the game that made me an Xbox fanboy. Like playing Halo 2 and playing it online for the first time. That seriously, that note that says your gameplay may change for online play, it really did, and it's completely changed the way I play games, and actually made me much better. So to hear that the head of Xbox himself likes the same game I did, it's pretty cool. And guys, here at the 1 minute and the 25-second mark, we can actually see the guy on his screen. We see a motion tapped person here, as well as if you look above the motion tapped person, we see that very iconic stance that Chief does with the assault rifle. And I'm really wanting to know who this actor is here. It's definitely not Brohammer. It's definitely an older person, but we're going to be seeing this face at some point in Halo Infinite, which is pretty cool.
We have to be able to respect that legacy that we've come from to help make sure that Halo doesn't just become an amalgamation of what the market is currently doing, but that what makes Halo unique remains unique for our players, our community, and for the industry.
Okay, so here I think was a pretty strong quote. We have to respect that legacy from which we came from, to make sure that Halo doesn't become an amalgamation of what the market is currently doing. Can you explain? First of all, guy's got a fantastic name, Jury, which Hook's a pretty cool last name too. Which my name is Jury Hook. And so this quote here is to respect where they came from, so Halo doesn't become an amalgamation of the current market. Can possibly classic Halo, maybe? Like, can we go back to where Halo came from? Halo 1, 2, and 3? Instead of Halo 4, which was so many games in one, or Halo 5, which had so many aspects from other games? I don't know, guys. Hopefully, I mean, I know that's kind of a stretch to come up with that idea based off those words, but also, at the same time, it's not. I mean, he says it with a straight face, so it makes it kind of believe he's not talking about classic. Because if I said that, and I knew people wanted classic, I'd be snickering like crazy. What makes Halo unique remains unique. Bungie said once before in a different trailer for Halo 2, they needed to perfect the three things of Halo: shooting, melee, and grenades. If 343 can master those three things, that's kind of the blueprint of Halo. There's of course a movement, but to Bungie that wasn't as big as those three. So hopefully they can also get that fourth one down, the unspoken part of Halo. And here we see a person working on some of the Marines. This possibly may even be Brohammer's outfit. The screens are kind of tilted and blurred out to where we can't actually read anything. It'd be pretty cool if somebody has better equipment than I do to maybe be able to make some of this out and might learn a little bit more. But right here at 205 is such a huge thing here. We see 4 different Marines. Well, technically 3, because one is the bat side of one of the Marines. But look at the different Marines. We can see the details to them. This guy's got a little bit of facial hair. This guy's got a beard. This guy's got very little facial. This guy doesn't have a jacket. This guy's a jacket with a different pair of pants. This guy's got different boots. Or it might be the same boots. It might just be where he's closer. And over here on the left screen, which to me is probably more important than the right screen altogether, look at the size of this Marine. Look at the size of that rock. That's a rock that we'll be seeing in Halo Infinite, and just the depth of everything. You could lay this Marine down, and there's probably 3 Marines worth of land here. So guys, if it's not an open world, it's definitely going to be some pretty huge environments, at least like what we see in the Halo Combat Evolved campaign. Okay, so here is where I think we see one of the first gameplays of Halo Infinite. But, as you can see at 2:12, the person on the second screen starts to sprint. But, first of all, if Halo Infinite goes the route of open world, you do not want an open world game without sprint. First of all, rather the world would be smaller, or you would be very bored not getting across the map quick enough. And the reason I'm saying this as a campaign stance, if you look very close at the bottom right hand of his screen, there appears to be no scoreboard. Actually guys, I redact this message. As we look at the videos later, I do find out that the scoreboard appears to be at the top right hand of the screen. So this very well may be multiplayer. And if you look at the third screen, we can see a guy, he's kind of traversing through the level. It actually does look like this may be multiplayer. So I'm going to go ahead and say I do believe this is multiplayer. And the fact that Sprint may be a multiplayer, guys, I might be a little scared now. But we'll just have to wait and see. I may be completely wrong. This is all speculation. And let's get right back to the original video. But if you pay very close attention, well, there's 2 different notes I want to make about the way they are playing with their hands. They are moving their right hand very rapidly, which would kind of make it seem like it is multiplayer, but the guy in the striped shirt is not using the claw form, which is how you can, shoot while also being able to move your joystick. So the fact that he's not using claw would kind of make it seem like he is not playing multiplayer, but he is definitely moving. The guy in the back looks like he may be using claw. So I don't know. I can't wait to see more of these trailers, to get a deep dive of all this.
We had to create an engine that was more powerful for next generation development, but also more nimble, so that creatives and engineers are able to work more easily and iterate faster.
Now here, the announcer, who is obviously Frank O'Connor, mentions the Slipspace engine not just being extremely powerful for next-gen consoles, but also nimble to allow the creators to create more easily and much quicker. The reason this is an important note is because I believe one of the reasons that Halo Infinite is going to be 5 years instead of the normal 3 years, well, of course, I'm sure they wanted a launch Halo 4, the Xbox Series X, but also the Slipspace, I think, is going to be a huge deal with Halo Infinite. And moving forward, I believe the games are going to be going to a much quicker cycle. Well, not like annually, where we get one every year, but quite possibly going back to the 3-year plan, which I'm fine. I'm honestly fine with it being a 5-year cycle if the games we get are absolutely amazing. And I'm really, really hopeful for Halo Infinite.
You have to make tools that allow you to make new features that maybe weren't thought about.
Okay, so here at the 2-minute and 36-second mark, David Berger, the technical director of Halo Infinite, says that you have to make new features that you probably hadn't thought about. Now, in Halo's case, that's kind of a scary thing to hear, new features that you probably hadn't thought about. And were from Halo 3 to Halo 4 and Halo 5 and Reach, they all had features that we probably didn't think we'd ever see in Halo, but that happened. This technically doesn't mean that it's bad features. I mean, there are features out there that will work for Halo that will make it feel just like Halo 1, 2, and 3. It's hard to think of what that could be, but they do exist. There are ways to make Halo more modern, or I won't say to make it more modern, but to add on to the sandbox without ruining the Halo foundation, which is what I think Halo 4 and 5 did. So guys, comment down below, what kind of features do you think Halo could have that wouldn't quite change the foundation of Halo? Alright guys, the next bid point is at the 2-minute and the 40-second mark. I don't know if you can see here on the right side of the screen, but it looks like we may be seeing a little bit of Spartan customization. Now, this could be completely behind the scenes in the engine, but it looks like he's actually cycling through different parts of the armor. As you can see, as he goes down on the scroll on the left side, the Spartan is definitely changing stances. I'm not saying he's editing stances. I'm saying, like, there's the helmet, so it zoomed in on his head, then shoulders, then chest, and it kind of rotated it around. So it's pretty cool to see that. We may be seeing a little bit, definitely very little, of Halo Infinite's character customization. But that's not the only important thing going on in this video. But if you look behind the older gentleman here on the left side, you can see a different point of view of what we saw earlier of the definite battle rifle. And guys, I want to say, I don't know if you noticed this, but on top of the battle rifle is the Halo 4 BR scope.
More dynamic for this experience, so you're never going to do the same thing twice.
Okay, here we get a very important quote. How can I make this more dynamic for this experience so you're not going to see the same thing twice? Now, Halo has been somewhat linear to where it's quite possible you could see the same thing twice, especially 343's Halos. Halo 4 is probably the most linear Halo there is, and the Halo 5 probably the second most linear. And you can definitely experience that game the same way twice. Yes, you can probably do it slightly different. You're not going to walk through the same footsteps, but for the most part, it's going to play out the same way. But on if it's open world, to where, hey, I didn't notice this over here before. Hey, did you not? I've played this game 50 times. Did you know there's a grunt over here just punching on this Marine? That's insane. So, like I said, I might be stretching, but the fact that there's going to be quite a bit of dynamicness to it, to where you won't experience the same thing twice. I mean, we're just waiting for a yes at this point. And once again, guys, here at the 5-minute, 30-second mark, we get to see a bit more of what we saw earlier being played in the background. And guys, it honestly looks like Halo Infinite. The reason I say this, okay, so looking at it very closely, it's a first-person shooter. And if you watch very slowly, you can see the character the player is playing as can jump very high, and also you see a Halo assault rifle. I'll make a note and say that it is the Halo 1, 3, 2 anniversary Halo 4 assault rifle and not the Halo Reach assault rifle. So, rather, the assault rifle we saw in the original trailer isn't the Halo Reach assault rifle, or you get to use different assault rifles in Halo Infinite. And the reason I'm saying this is not Halo 5, and the biggest clue that is not Halo 5 and not Halo 4 is look at the scoreboard. It's at the top right part of the screen. Halo 5s, Halo 4s, both bottom right. This is top right. You can once again see the health up top, and then also you can see an icon at the top left part of the screen, which could be, if it's campaign, which it's definitely not, because there is a scoreboard, unless he has scoring on for the campaign, could be a waypoint, or it could be like an objective in the multiplayer. Oh man, it's something I didn't even notice until now. You can actually see the assault rifle icon bottom right. How did I miss that? So guys, Halo Infinite, we may be seeing the scoreboard top right. What do you think about that? It's always been bottom right, right? Except the Halo 1, where there's like, you have to die or something to see the scoreboard. This is different. This is top right. Like I said, he jumps very high. And here at the 5-minute and 32, you can somewhat see a much larger part of the map. And it somewhat looks like a Forge map. The graphics don't look the best, but like I said, if you look oh my gosh, guys, I'm seeing so many new details. If you look left, I'm pretty sure this is I can't think of this pro's name. If you look behind the pro with the beanie's head, that's an Xbox Series X in the background. Just to the left of the lady's head, right there. I'm going to put an arrow on the screen. That's the Xbox Series X been played. So this, what I've been seeing up to this point is them playing on the Xbox One. I started saying Xbox 360. The Xbox One. And look at that, guys. Look how big that environment is. If this is a multiplayer level, which I'm saying it is because we saw a scoreboard, then it's probably a big team battle map. Yeah, because he does a spin around and you can see so much of that level. And once again here at the 5-minute 33-second mark, we can see another icon pop up. I've noted this is, there's his health at the top. So this thing here is something new. It may be something, wait a second. Yeah, dude. That's the Xbox Series X right there. Dude, right here, we actually get to see a little bit of the Series X from what I can make out. See, it's much taller than the Xbox One. The Xbox symbol there on the corner. So yeah, guys, they're playing Halo Infinite. And I'm just so pumped for this game. They are definitely, the Xbox Series X and the Xbox One controllers look very similar. So guys, I truly believe we got to see a little bit of Halo Infinite's gameplay, and I think 343 set it up perfectly to where we'd see a little bit and probably not even paying attention. Like I said, they released this video and I've not seen anybody talk about it. This has flown under so many radars, which seems to be what 343 is doing right now. Especially the Mythic Arena that came out in Halo 5 was covered up by Halo Reach being added to MCC. They're just throwing like all these huge things underneath the radar. And guys, I had so much fun watching this, breaking it down, and just looking at it again while making this video and seeing all these details I missed, like the Xbox Series X console in the background, the assault rifle bottom right of the screen. Guys, comment down below and let me know if you found anything that I didn't, because I'd love to hear it and go back and watch it again to see what it is you saw. But guys, I think this would be the perfect time to end the video. If you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe. As you can hear, I can't quit smiling because, man, I'm so excited for Halo Infinite. And guys, like always, God bless, and don't forget to wipe.